Hey everyone, I'm here at SHOT Show 2018. I'm at the Real Avid booth. Now, this is a company that I only really learned about very recently. Your guys' product showed up in one of my local shops, and mostly the cleaning stuff, and I was looking around at some of the different products they had, and they were doing things in a way that I'd wanted cleaning companies to be doing for a while. So I started looking at their website and was just kind of blown away by a lot of the options you guys had. And so right now I'm actually in the middle of testing out one of your guys' AR cleaning kits, as well as the cleaning mat. Really, really big fan so far. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. But now here at SHOT Show, I'm seeing some of your guys' builder sets or builder parts.
Yeah, so new for 2018, we're focusing on professional grade build tools for the AR market.
So right here we have one of the things that I'm the most interested in probably. Can you run us through what this is right here?
Yeah, so this is actually what we're calling our lug lock upper vise block.
Okay.
Many people are probably more familiar with the plastic clamp style block. And after we were looking at the number of different upper receivers that are on the market, aftermarkets, custom, milled out, it's a delicate piece of metal to be working with. And we didn't like the idea of taking our delicate aluminum components, crushing it into a plastic case, and then smashing that into a vise.
Right. And then cranking on it with a torque wrench.
And when you're putting your barrel nut on, there's a lot of pressure that you're putting on, and that can distort and ruin some of these upper receivers. So what we elected to do is come up with something that actually takes the power of the lugs within the barrel, the steel components, and make it a little bit more efficient for torquing. So this is our lug lock upper vise block. It's made out of an aircraft grade aluminum, so it's extremely tough, but it will also break and before doing any damage to your gun. So it's kind of a fail-safe as well, so if you're putting a lot of pressure on these lugs, they'll fail before any damage happens to your gun. So what we are able to do is put our lug lock vise block into the vise, and it actually locks at an angle with these vise pins, so we can adjust the angle to be exactly where we want it to be when working on that upper. The next thing you'll notice is the machine lugs, which will fit right into the star chamber, so it's not going to rattle around on you, and we have a lock knob that actually prevents this from coming off that direction. So right now, you have a nice, sturdy, solid foundation to be putting on, taking off a barrel nut, making any adjustments to Picatinny rails or adding any accessories. But the other nice thing is that this will rotate and lock in at different angles. So it gives you the exact opportunity to work on things the way you want to, so it's not cumbersome, it's very efficient.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that I like about this is there's some similar designs on the market right now, but I think you guys really improved some of the other designs out there greatly. Again, those pins on the side, being able to make it so you can wrench down with a torque wrench. As a crew chief, I have a tendency to over-torque things from time to time, so not that I would ever recommend doing that on your own build, but if you're putting a lot of pressure on there with a breaker bar or anything like that, knowing that not only is it clamped in, but putting downward pressure far out away from the block isn't going to cause it to go down. And again, because of this lock, it's not going to come flying off if you do push it down. And again, because it goes into the barrel extension and not clamps onto the receiver, you can put it in whatever orientation you want. So let's say you've torqued down your barrel nut and you want to do a little pre-drill for your gas block. Now you can orient it with the gas block straight up, have a nice secure mounting system for you to then get in there with your jig, drill out the little spot for your set screws, and then you want to go actually attach and align your gas block. You can put it in, again, whatever orientation you need to then now put that roll pin through the gas block. Whatever you're doing, just having it able to orient in whatever direction is really, really nice. Especially if you've never done it before, you build a lot of AR-15s, something like this is going to be really nice, again, being able to lock it in like that. Are these currently on the market, or are these coming soon?
So they were just launched, and we're looking at March 1st for a ship date and making that available to everyone.
Cool. Anything else you want to talk about on this thing?
Retail is going to be $69.99.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
So a very affordable price, and it should last a lifetime of builds.
Awesome. And you guys also now have an armorer's wrench too, correct?
That is right. Let me see if I can get my hands on it.
Here's the new armorer's wrench you guys are working on.
Yeah, so we looked at a lot of the armorer's wrenches that were out on the market, and one of the main things that we saw was they were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So the first thing you'll notice with our armorer's wrenches, we have a nice ergonomic handle. So when you're torquing, you actually can do it in comfort. You're not going to draw any blood. You're going to get right through to your build without having to hurt yourself and take some time off.
Right.
The other thing that you'll notice on inside the handle is we have interchangeable hammerheads. So we have a brass, nylon, and rubber hammerhead that actually pop out and fit right on your tool. So you now have an interchangeable hammerhead. We also have laser etched on the inside, torquing specifications for some of the typical components like a barrel nut, castle nut, muzzle brake. The wrenches that we have on this, so it's a stainless steel tool that's hardened and has a titanium coating, so any of the posts are going to stand up, they're not going to get round, they're going to keep really good fit. We have a mil-spec barrel nut, free float barrel nut, a castle nut wrench that will work on aftermarket as well as standard end caps, and then we also have our torque attachment point is closer to all these wrenches because the accuracy of the reading will be much more accurate because they're in closer proximity as far as being, compared to being further away, which will distort the readings. Also comes with a fixed stock receiver extension wrench and a muzzle brake wrench as well.
That's awesome. So again, it's kind of a one-stop shop for whatever you really need. And again, I didn't even notice the integrated hammer fronts here. Not having to have a whole bunch of tools. Again, even though I was a crew chief and I should have been good at organizing tools, I have a tendency when I'm on a table to just have stuff laying around everywhere. So the fact that you can have as much included into one thing as possible is really awesome. And having those torque values, again, as a crew chief, increases the odds of me actually using those torque values. But of course, I recommend everyone use the correct torque. Do mil-spec, it'll go a long way for you. Having that torque wrench spot there, that's a really awesome design. What's the MSRP going to be?
MSRP is $59.99.
$59.99. And again, for a one-stop shop AR wrench, which, and I'm assuming, like you said, titanium coating, so you don't have to worry about things breaking off or rounding out.
It's going to be extremely durable, yeah.
That's awesome. Now you guys also have a lower receiver block, but we'll go ahead and have to move to better show you that one. All right, so here we have your lower receiver block. What makes that unique?
So people are probably familiar with something like this, which it's a hunk of plastic that's supposed to fit up inside your mag well and lock your gun in place. When you're working on buffer tubes or putting on pistol grips, you need a solid foundation to work on. And what we found with a lot of these blocks were they're either too big or they were too small and giving you that loose work surface, or you had to trim them down to fit one specific gun.
Right.
So because there's so many makes and models and different variations in the specifications, we created our Smart Fit Vise block, which you can see here holding this gun up. And what this does is it fits into the mag well, and as you spin the bottom, what's happening is the red wedge is dropping and the posts of this are actually expanding to fill that space. So now what this actually gives you is a nice, sturdy, solid foundation no matter what make and model AR you have. So it kind of took that idea of a static block and makes it universal for anyone.
That's awesome. Yeah, it can be really annoying when you have a lot of play in your lower receiver when you're trying to put in roll pins or anything like that. So that's a nice option to have that so it just locks in no matter what, especially if you get some of those cheaper lowers that aren't quite mil-spec and stuff isn't really drilled properly. That leaves some good options open. And MSRP on these things?
MSRP is $29.99, but that actually comes with a really cool tool, which is seen here.
Okay.
So this is actually our pivot lock, and it works in tandem extremely nicely because what it does, if you're on the vise and you want to clean your gun, instead of having it drop, this will actually lock in place, hold it so you have hands-free access to the chamber, to the barrel, so you can run your brushes through, run your patches through. If you're going to spray any foam, it's going to leach down and fall out of the gun. So that's a really cool tool that comes along with the Smart Fit Vise block.
Nice. And then you guys also have these. Can you run people through?
Yeah, so this is our smart bench block. Unlike other bench blocks that are just holes in plastic, we have a glass-filled nylon, so it's not gonna damage your gun, but it's gonna be durable. And on the outside actually is a rubber overmolding, so any surface you're working on, it's gonna hold tight and not slip around on you.
Right.
Now this one is our universal option, and we also have our AR-15 Master bench block, and this will hold uppers, lowers, gas blocks, bolts, charging handles, 5 different components that will be able to help knock out 13 different pins on those assemblies. And all the holes are labeled so you know exactly what punch size you need, where the pieces go, and on the back side we have magnets inside, so any rolling pins might get trapped there, and storage for additional pins as well.
And there's magnets on this one as well.
Correct.
Right?
There's one magnet on there, so any pins that might roll off after you punch, you're going to be just fine and able to find that.
And again, like you said, this is kind of the universal one, and you guys even have a bushing spot for 1911s,
yeah,
right?
Government model barrel bushing wrench on the back side as well.
Yeah, so again, they're taking what other people have kind of done in the past and just making it better in a lot of different ways. Like I said, the glass-filled nylon, making it so it doesn't slide around on you, giving you plenty of space underneath for those pins to drop through. And then again, having something specific to AR-15s. If you do work on AR-15s, if you build AR-15s, you really owe it to yourself to use products that are designed for the task you're doing. It saves time, and it can ease a lot of potential frustrations out there, like putting in pins. I've tried starting the roll pin on the gas block in all different kinds of makeshift ways, and it never really works out well. So having something purpose-built that's designed to do that is just gonna save a lot of headache. And again, if you build AR-15s, if you work on AR-15s, it's gonna be a really good investment for you. Now, of the stuff we looked at, is there, you said some stuff is gonna be coming out soon?
Yeah, so what we're looking at for all of our 18 items is going to be a March 1 ship date.
Okay.
So that's when we're hoping to be able to get it out to the consumers.
Awesome. And you guys are going to have all the information, I'm assuming, on your website?
Yep, so the 18 products are up on the website right now. They're just not available for sale.
Awesome. So if people want to go take a look at them,
Absolutely.
see close-ups, you guys already have it. Do you guys have like product videos yet on those?
Videos will be finished up shortly and should get up. Otherwise, we should have some really good imagery as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's one thing that I like about their website is all the products that I've looked at so far, the stuff they already have out, have really good product videos that really explain kind of the why behind the product and how to use it, how to make it most effective for you. And so if they're not up yet for the stuff we've looked at so far, they are coming. And again, it's stuff that I'm definitely interested in for future builds that I'm doing, because I've done it with minimalist parts. It's doable. You can build an AR-15 with just a hammer and a roll pin punch. But I'm telling you, you owe it to yourself to use some purpose-built parts to just make life a lot easier for you. And Real Avid is doing that. And not only do they do these builder parts now, but they have all those cleaning supplies, universal kits, mats with spots for your little takedown pieces. You guys have guides on how to disassemble different rifles. They have cleaning kits that are specific, like the compact one I have for my AR-15. They're working on stuff for AKs, 308s. Speaking of which, are you guys going to ever do 308 builders?
So that's actually been...
Go for it.
That's something that we've been asked that a lot at the show, and it's only Tuesday.
Sure.
So it is something that's going to be on our radar to definitely see, especially as that 308 market continues to grow.
Awesome. Well, cool. I'm really, really interested to see a lot of this stuff come out, especially at the price range that they're coming in at. And you can probably expect to see some build videos here in the future where I'm using some of these products. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can people find you guys on the web?
You can find us at our website, which is realavid.com, Instagram, Facebook. Give us a like, share some of the photos if you've been working on your guns with our stuff. Otherwise, you can find our products across the country at retailers.
Awesome. So I'll have all the links below to their website as well as to their social media pages. Again, you owe it to yourself to just kind of take a look at what they're doing. They're doing some really cool stuff, and you guys are going to be seeing more reviews of the stuff that I've been testing out currently. Just bumped my mic, so I apologize. But you guys are going to be seeing that, but I'm really, really happy with all the stuff I've tested so far, and I'm really excited to see where you guys go in the future.
Great.
Thanks very much for talking to us. As you guys know, you're going to be doing a lot more here at SHOT Show 2018, so stay tuned for a lot more of those videos. But as always, hope you got something out of this, and I really appreciate you watching.